Ooh-wee. Just about done. Here's the main pit right here. And it's going to get slowly lower, starting from a high end right there. And then it gets lower. Actually goes below the flame. It goes below the bottom of the pit. That way the heat won't have a chance to rise up into the pipe. And it'll take the easier path of the bigger hole right here. Had that problem happen one time. At that time I was using a hair dryer to blow the air up in there. But I miscalculated some stuff. So the heat came right up and melted the hair dryer. Lesson learned. 20 bucks lost. Excuse me. Alright. Break time is just about over. Probably not going to finish it tonight, of course. That's why I put starting. I didn't think I would. Mainly just it's a lot of hard work. A little tired from some garden work earlier. And it's gonna rain tomorrow probably. 50% chance. So, don't want to work on the fine details just for it to get washed away. What I plan on doing is aligning all of this with a mix of the clay I just made and some of the sand I extracted from the dirt, and making a more fire resistant lining, and then I'll top that off with sand all around, top that with dirt, and it should keep it nice and insulated and also keep it from eroding away so quickly. It's going to erode away either way because of the heat and weather, but I'm pretty sure I'll get a good few castings out of it before it does. Some, probably some car parts and some personal projects. I'll show those too. Ooh. It's a good workout. It's real fun. It's funny, playing games recently kind of got me into gardening. I was playing the game and there's a gardening aspect on there, so kind of got into that and I was like, wait, gardening's a real thing. Alright. Do a little more working. Excuse me. say that's some pretty good progress for now. So I have a duct fan that I use to blow the air out of my shed for my 3D printing. I'm just going to move it over here whenever I need to use it. It's going to go at that end, blow the air in here, fire get hot, metal get hot, metal melt, metal get poured, metal make shape, shape does thing, thing is good. At least that's the plan. Sorry about the weird camera angle. My current setup is a bench tilted at about 48 degrees. So, the main things I got going on now are garden. Well, Project Mio. It's always going to be priority. Project Mio, garden, forge / making clay, kind of hobbies I guess, 3D printing, and my car. That's about it. Maybe tonight, but probably tomorrow. I'm gonna finally get that last piece out of my spare transmission and start reassembling my good transmission. Might make a stream out of that too. Might as well. That's my main purpose or premise for streaming, I guess. I'm gonna do the thing either way. Might as well record it. Really wish I could be sharing music right now. I'm just jamming out to some Japanese future funk stuff. Pretty nice. I really just want to turn my backyard into a little micro farm / forge, I guess. The 3D printer really makes everything easy. I can either 3D print molds to make wax, or to make impressions in sand to throw the cast metal into. Or they actually have a 3D printing resin that is like wax. So, you can just directly cast it and then melt it out, and then you're left with all the little details that you need for it. Put the metal on that casting material, and then bam, got a part. Probably need to resurface it, or surface it, I guess, and mill some parts off. But hey, if you can make your own parts for cheap, excuse me, and have fun doing it, why not? I've melted metal a few times in my past as a hobby. That's all this is, just a hobby. But the hobby does have potential to help me out with my more serious projects, being my car and Project Mio. Ooh, another thing. So, I'm not sure if y'all see my previous videos, but on Twitch. So I extract the clay from dirt through a water process, and that basically leaves behind sand, rocks, gravel, bigger pieces, and I separate that, and what I'm left behind at the end, besides clay, is sand and silt. So I plan on filtering out the sand and using that to make a Zen garden somewhere in my yard. I've been looking online and people say you're supposed to use a certain type of gravel and some say sand, and I'm just like, hey yo, sand reminds me of the beach. I'm probably gonna use that. Got a few rocks around here I could throw in there. It'll be nice to just come out here, water my garden, and then drink some coffee in the Zen garden. Probably grow a plant or two in there. Alright, almost done with my break. Do a little more work. And then... what time is it? Oh. About to be midnight. Yeah, I'll be out here for a little bit longer. Not too long. I'm getting hungry. And I want to relax a bit. Hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow. Man, I just trimmed my hair, cut the split ends off a couple days ago, and it feels nice. My fingers just flow through it so much easier. Like, no matter how much I brush it, no matter what shampoo I use, all that bull crap, I don't use much. I just use good shampoo and brush it. But no matter how good I do that, it always gets tangled within like 6 hours. Alright, about 1 more minute, and I'll get back to work. Let y'all sign off for the night while I sign off. I don't know, might hop back on, play some games, see how that goes. I got a job. That's some good news from my end. Project Mio is going good. It's a long, slow process for one-man team, but I'm not gonna stop. Especially now, got a bigger purpose, and I just hope it works up enough to get. I hope it works enough and well enough to get some funding. Money really does make the world go round in today's society. Sadly. But it's not all bad, I guess. I guess more of, you gotta find some good in there if it's gonna be something in your life. Unless you're gonna live out on the mountain, money is a part of your life. It would be nice to be 100% self-sustainable. It's possible, like most things. But I just feel like after 100 years of being extremely pampered, comparatively to the rest of the world's history before that, I just feel like we've been spoiled in our mindset. I just feel like we've been spoiled in our mindset to easily transition to a more self-sustaining lifestyle. It's not so bad. I mean, we don't have to, but if we're not, we should at least be moving towards hyper-efficiency. That's what I'm calling it. That's what I feel like we need to be doing. quit trying to compete between gas and electric and just make them both efficient as hell. Like, stupid efficient, ludicrous efficient. If you've seen Spaceballs, you know what I mean. If not, then you need to go see it. I think it's free on YouTube right now. Spaceballs. Mel Blanc and Rick Moranis. Fucking Rick Moranis, bro. Man, it's messed up. I heard about a year or two ago someone punched him in New York. And he was just walking and someone came up to him and punched the fuck out of him. I'm like, bro, who the hell punches Rick Moranis? Even if you don't know him as an actor, like, come on. Just look at him. He's too cool to punch. Okay. I want to put a few bounties out there. My first main one that always comes to my mind is I want someone to get Edison's last breath. I don't know if that's a real thing. I mean, it's the internet. Could be lying. But apparently, Thomas Edison's last breath is held in a museum somewhere in a test tube. I want to make a bounty of one homemade oatmeal cookie, or cookie of your choice, for someone to go and break that vial. Because, man, fuck Thomas Edison, man. Not only because of the whole Nikola Tesla stuff, but just because of the person that he was. Just so... ugh. It's like the epitome of, oh, that's your problem, not mine. There's one person I could punch. See, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have Hitler and all these other assholes already if they have a wish. So if I'm gonna have my wish, I'm gonna go back and punch somebody no one's thinking about. I'm gonna go punch fucking Thomas Edison. Fucking asshole. Excuse me. Excuse my English. Really need to fix this bench. That leg is in the way. Alright. Give myself about 2 more minutes of a break time and again, get this stream over with. I know you're probably tired. Might want to go watch somebody else do something. Hey, but thank you for taking some interest. I know the YouTube and Twitch don't exactly show the correct viewers, but it's showing I have 1 right now. So, thank you. Thank you for enjoying my efforts of randomness. Yeah. Just keep on watching. Random things will happen. Ooh. Main project, like I'm saying, my main project is my car because I really want to start doing some driving streams. I got a camera in my car. I just need to learn how to hook it up to my phone to put it on the streaming service like this, and I can just record the inside of my car and the road that I'm seeing. I think people like that. I do some nice long trips. My longest trip has been up to New York. It wasn't my destination. I had 1 destination mainly. Well, like 3, really. Stopped and saw a buddy up in Amarillo. No, I saw my mom in Amarillo. Stopped and saw a buddy up in Mississippi. Then I went to Pittsburgh. Saw another friend in Ohio. Bounced around, saw my sister in North Carolina. And then I just had some fun up in New Jersey, New York, all these other little states. And finally made my way back down home. Ooh, Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia, Cincinnati, Ohio, and somewhere else in Ohio where I saw my friends. Not gonna say the names, but yeah. It was a nice trip. It really was. I love my car so much. It just, I guess it's doing so good for an old car. It's just, because, see, Alright, I'm down here in Texas. Just imagine USA. I'm down here in Texas. I see a car for sale up in Seattle. Don't know how to drive manual. Don't know how to get up there. So I'm like, I will get on a plane and fly to Seattle. I will talk with the guy. I will buy the car from him. He will hand me the keys. I will get in there. I will learn, install the car a few times, and then I'll make my way back home, all the way down to Texas, which I did. Then I went up and saw the buddy in Mississippi, came back down, and then I went on that big trip all the way up to New York. I say that because I'm going by distance. The story of the trip, I guess you could say, is a little different. But yeah, that's another time. I'll talk about that sometime in the future, I'm pretty sure. Beautiful, beautiful story. Alright, I know I said 2 minutes ago, but 2 more minutes. Music really does just make things go by quicker. Yeah, after this, I might, right after this, like after these next 5 minutes, I do some work, probably. I'll show you my 3D print. The last 3D print I did recently. Can't take it off right now because I don't have gloves until tomorrow. Tomorrow or the next day. But, I'll probably show that. This is show it off. Print some prototype parts for Project Mio. That's where all the resources are going, really. Yeah. Show that here in a bit. I'll probably be on for another 15 minutes, take a little break, and hop on and play some Call of Duty Mobile. Smack around with some Python. Oh man. I've been busy all day today. Excuse me. I don't know why I said excuse me. I didn't burp yet. There we go. Excuse me. I'm just glad I got my garden going, really. I got sugarcane, corn, squash. I'm sprouting some sweet peppers right now. And tomatoes. And I'm also going to throw in some little things. Beans. There you go. Love beans. Besides getting beans, I'll also nitrogenate. Nitrogenate? I put nitrogen back in the soil. It's funny, I didn't know that. I didn't know that apparently lightning helps with the whole nitrogenation process of the soil. So, yeah, just a little random fact out there. Ooh, grounding rods too. I just found out about those. Or I've seen them before. I didn't know what they were. Apparently, those copper rods people put in their gardens, it attracts, I guess, ions and helps the garden grow. Most of them are in a spiral. I guess following the golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence, and all that. But I want to try it in an ankh, the shape of an ankh. Let's just see how that works, because I know that apparently it reverberates power by threefold. So, kind of want to mess with that, see what happens, along with some golden ratio spiral grounding rods. Probably make it myself. I got some copper wire. Pretty sure it's all gonna be the same. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd have silver all around my place, because more conductive, and the whole, probably using the wrong term, but metaphysical aspect of it is it helps negate negative energy. Get the hell off me. I always like silver over gold. I guess gold was just too overplayed everywhere in the world growing up. It's nice. I like it. I like its softness too. But silver just, there's something about it. Something about that color. I like it. Alright. I'll get to work in this next minute in 2 minutes. I'm bad. My dad calls me by his dad's name, my grandpa's name, Fernancio. Because apparently he was always real slow with getting ready. Like he always jokes, if we're going somewhere, he has to tell me a week before, so I'll be ready on time. I don't blame him. It's 100% accurate. Also, he could do that, I'll probably still miss it. Alright. Really glad to be getting outside more. Also, I was just kind of rotting away in my room for like the past half a year. 3 months and half a year. Used to be real active, real healthy. Slowly getting back into it, but I'm just disappointed I didn't stay up with it so long, as much as I could have. Remember the one thing I did that pisses me off that I still can't do is I did the whole thing where you stick one leg out and then you do a squat all the way down and come back up. My buddy, same buddy in Mississippi, he witnessed it, so I always got him to be like, yo, they don't believe me. Tell me you've seen it. Yeah. Nothing really makes you consider your age more than not being able to do a thing you did just a couple years ago. It does feel more accomplishing though whenever you can do it again after training. You're just like, nah, I'm gonna do it again. And you do it. That looks scary. I never noticed that. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at my my house's wires coming from the transformer. Okay, from the transformer, the wires at my house end has a pole which the wires go into. Pretty sure it's similar all the way around, or all around the world. Anyways, I don't really look at it much, but I don't remember it being bent at an 82-degree angle. I'm pretty sure it was 90 degrees this whole time. Might want to call the city about that one. Hate to be out here relaxing, just bzz. Alright. Get to work here in 20 seconds. Opie, you scared the shit out of me. Hi, Opie. Opie, you wanna come say hi? Dumb little baby. Thought you're a possum. Opie. Opie. You're just a dumb little baby. What are you doing, Opie? My dumb little baby. Always getting in the way. Right? Okay, I'm sorry. You didn't like that. Can't spank your little booty. Oh, Opie. You gonna help me out, Opie, or what? Just bugging me for food? You just love me because I have thumbs. You don't love me. You love my phalanges. Open cans, open up bags of food, scoop your shit. Right? Tell me. You can't look at me in the eyes. Love you, Hopi. You making biscuits in the ground? I'm glad I started streaming. I guess it kind of gives me like, I don't know. I'm not really a sociable person, and I don't mean like I'm a fucking hermit, but I'm not. I guess the main aspect of it is that I'm not the initiator, if that makes sense. I won't really start a conversation most times. I won't plan things. I do, but not usually. So, I guess in a way that makes me introverted. I guess I do feel that way. But it's nice. I don't know, I guess I learned to just, not that I learned to, but I've just always been cool with being alone. I've been lonely before, but I've never been lonely because I'm alone. Being alone was just a byproduct of the thing that actually made me lonely. Being alone was always there. I'm cool with that. But I feel like streaming just, like I was saying, I kind of just chill by myself, think to myself. It can be bad, but I guess if you have the right mindset, understanding of logic, facts, opinion, you should be good. Just always criticize yourself if you're gonna do that. Basically, I guess I just simulate in my brain a lot. I guess people call that, like, for sure, it's not thinking. I'm not that much of a freaking jackass to where I'm thinking that thinking is simulating, but no. Thinking aside, just my regular thought process and ideas and all this whatnot, life problems. Sometimes if I think about something, I'm like, what would that be like? And then I guess you say you put my imagination to work, but I've had moments and times where I simulate a person or a thing, a situation, and I guess the craziest thing for me has been that one time I actually like felt the pain of the thing the scenario I was simulating in my mind. It's weird. So, that's why I've always just put it that way, because imagination is one thing. I imagine every day, I daydream fucking every hour, but, I feel like this is something else. I'm pretty sure there's other people who probably feel the same way. But, again, back to streaming for the third time. I feel like streaming is nice because it's another area in my world for me to simulate something. Or if not so much simulate, but just express, expand my area of play, mind play, I guess. I guess it gets me thinking, it's like it's like a little bit more, it's like an in-between half introvert, extrovert relationship. I'm talking, someone might be listening, someone might just be watching and enjoying it. I get that. I like watching things or being in a conversation area but not actually responding. Just like, information, nice. I like this. I like information. So, I guess things were pretty rough for the past 5 years. I mean, I don't want to say that, I guess comparatively I do think like, okay, people have worse things. My shit's not so bad. But then it's like, okay, it's not so bad, but it's still like, that sucked. Let me consider it. Let me think about it. And for the past 5 years, I guess, which mainly consisted of my past relationship, yeah, it was weird. I was getting contained into only one person's world. It was just getting sad and annoying and just I don't know. Really, not even dark, but just empty. That's a better way of saying it. It just felt empty as hell. Restrictions up the ass. Yeah, that's the best way of saying it. I guess I'm being poetic or Shakespearean, I guess if you want to say. I'm just throwing out words to kind of get the right gist of it, but yeah, it's that's really how it felt. And for the past few years, it's been me with my family and rekindling just nice homey feelings, I guess. Expanding more friendships. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice being single, honestly, right now. I gotta say that. I was happy in a relationship, but when it started. But when things tumbled, they tumbled. But now looking back, not even about being out of the relationship, but just being single. It's nice. I really do like it. It's just I feel like there's no obligation to be the perfect person that someone needs you to be. At least, because I don't feel like that with anybody. I know people are imperfect, but that's the feeling I was given by my ex. And honestly, she probably that's probably not too far from paragraphs and phrases that she's used to describe how she sees me. It's nice to be away from that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I went off on the fucking long ass tangent of a bunch of randomness. I mean, you're on here probably watching for Clay and me making this forge, but yeah. Really? And this break's taking longer because my kitty came up and started distracting me. Right, Opie? Oh, Opie. Yeah. You want to say hi? You just sense that I'm doing something? Okay. Alright, one more time. Look. Who's that, Opie? Is that you? Is that you, Opie? Look. Is that you? You saw you. You know what a mirror is. That's not a mirror, though. That's a camera. Oh, you're so fat, kitty. Alright. It's a little bit more of this work. Probably show that 3D print. And call it a night. Opie, the hell out the way. You're in my light, bro. Can you please move? Meow. Damn, Opie, you're all fat. How much did you eat? You find a rat. You know, it's funny as hell. living in a town where the train does that like 3 to 4 times a day, you really just tone it out, and it's just so funny. Like, I go to sleep to that. I wake up to that. And it's fine. Damn, he's hauling ass. I have never heard a train sound like that. Freaking. It's probably just an engine, honestly. Probably just the engine part. Freight. Yep. Okay, yeah. This is getting way too hard. Yeah. So the lower I go, there's more clay, and I need to wet that. Let it soak. And I'll do it tomorrow. Just gotta get ready for tomorrow as well. Probably still gonna play some games though. Alright. This is the Crucible. This right here is a graphite crucible as I was saying, it's a graphite crucible clay. Graphite, just like the what's in the pencil. It's a form of carbon, so very heat. Very heat resistant, resilient, I think is the right word. So yeah, this is going to go inside that bad boy when it's nice and red hot with some giant reed grass, which I learned is 3 times more biofuel available. In this case, it makes 3 times the heat that corn stalk can make, which is one of the main sources of biofuel that we use. So I have a crap ton of that growing like 1 block away down the creek. So I'm gonna go down there maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'll see what's up, and cut me down a good handful of bushels of those bad boys, and basically let them dry out and use them to make the fire for this. Also throw in some wood, charcoal, and all that, just to make sure it burns nice and hot. But for the most part, trying to, again, not really trying to be self-sustaining or present myself as trying to be self-sustaining or a self-sustaining channel, whatever you want, however you want to take what I'm trying to say as. But I want to try being as from the earth as I can. So, of course, this made by some guy with machinery, I'm pretty sure, to sell to me for some money. Not a very natural thing, but you gotta sacrifice some accuracy, I guess is the right word. Oh, damn. Almost tripped over that. But yeah, so few things to come in the future. Always gonna be making something, I'm pretty sure. Again, my main project, main purpose of my whole channel, main purpose I'm even making any videos at all. If I wasn't making this, I wouldn't care to show the little random BS, random highlights of my life, I guess. But my main project is Project Mio, a wearable ornithopter. I feel like ornithopters become more of a common word nowadays because of games and movies and all that. But if you're not familiar, it's a device that gets flight by flapping its wings like a bird. There have been lots of designs, but I feel like my design's pretty something, and I don't exactly want to freely just share it out there too much, but I do want to share a little bit of it. Speaking of which, I'm getting a little tired and hungry, so let me throw this bad boy in my pocket right there. I swear, man, people, my friend brought up how, like, I forgot what he was asking me for the other day, but it's something obscure and just random, like very uncommon. Gloves, there you go. He was like, man, I need some gloves, and I was like, oh, I got you. Pulled them out, and he's like, what the hell? Like, yeah, like, I just randomly have random things in my pockets every day. Why I have gloves that day? Probably for 3D printing. He didn't know that until I told him, but it's just funny when things like that happen. Like, oh, damn, I could really use a micrometer right now. I was like, what do you know? I have one. Alright. Let me turn off this light. It's about to get a little dark for a bit. And then we will walk into some lights. It'll be all nice and chill. And I will say goodbye. Opie, don't knock my shit over. Let me flip this real quick. Can I flip it? I don't think I can. Oh well. I'm sure I can still make this work. Alright. Might want to cover your ears for this. I'm about to open up a very rusty metal shed door. Yeah, it's gonna be very like bad. So no, let me just mute it. I can't mute it. Nice. Some badass software. Alright, well, I'm gonna open it in 5 seconds, so I advise you cover your ears or mute your whatever. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hope that wasn't bad. Hope you understand English, because that's really like I could be talking to someone who speaks Russian, and they're like, what the hell's he saying? And they're like, you fucker. Hurt my ears. Alright, this is my 3D printer. I honestly haven't seen this print yet, so we're gonna see it together. And damn, that looks pretty. Sorry, I'm not the best cameraman. This lighting stuff, I hate it. You know what? The outside's not dirty. There we go. Yeah, I probably can't see too much detail with the shadow and my bad angle and whatnot, but this is the back piece that holds all the other components for Project Neo. Yeah, so I will take this off either tomorrow or the next day when I get more gloves, because this resin, it's a UV resin, meaning that it cures with UV light, the same UV light that's in sunlight. So not exactly something that I want to be touching with my bare hands and walking out into the sun that day, which I most likely will. But yeah, so a little bit of a longer stream than I expected, honestly. Didn't expect it to take that long to dig some dirt, make some clay, or pour some clay, I guess. But yeah. Alright, well, thank you. Oops. There you go. Alright, thank you. Yeah. Probably gonna eat some noodles, some ramen, green onion, egg. Something else I also throw up in there. tomato, some sesame oil too. Maybe some beef. I like to fry a little beef and or brown some beef and then throw it up in there. But yeah. Yeah, I think I'll stop the stream right here for now. Again, I'll probably hop on in a bit, play some games. Thank you for watching. I don't think I put it on YouTube, but I put it on Twitch. If I'm trying to get more subscribers, I guess for Twitch 50 right now, YouTube I guess 100. If I do get those numbers, I will make a second garden for my yard, and then of course I'll stream that too as well. I'm thinking about also maybe even making something to where people can, I guess, I'm not sure about the right words, but pay for me to plant a certain vegetable or whatever. If I can grow it in my area, I most likely will. I'm just growing a specific amount or a specific set of vegetables, things in my diet already. Squash, peppers, tomato, corn, sugarcane, just something new and fun, because, I mean, sugar's everywhere. It would be nice to consider, I guess, being more conservative with it by seeing the whole process of it being grown and whatnot. I feel like that's something that vegetables has always done to me. I'm like, oh, dang, like, it's a process. Something to think about, I guess. I mean, as a kid, I was like, maybe I shouldn't be so wasteful. I mean, that's kind of like a basic kindergarten thing, but again, I feel like I learned it from vegetables before I learned it from kindergarten. Alright, well, thank you for watching again. Apparently, I think it's just one person. Hey, you're a real one. Have a good night. And I will make something tomorrow, probably. Maybe.